Well, how can you distinguish between good, healthy thoughts and bad thoughts? Today on Youday, Coach Lamont says it's time for all of us to become the gardeners of minds and remove the mental weeds that may be growing.
Whose thoughts are planted in your mind? Now, I ask this question because so many of the thoughts that I found myself dwelling on at times were thoughts I adopted, not thoughts I formed. See, I allowed the minds of other people to become my mind. And when that happened, I found myself limiting my own creativity. See, I believe that minds are like gardens. There are some weeds that look innocent, but those weeds grow and are never planted by the gardener. In an effort to protect the right growth, the weeds must be removed because the nutrients needed for the right plants to grow are stolen by the weeds that are there. Now is the time, my friend, to remove the weeds, those weed thoughts planted by others, and focus on the thoughts you planted. A weed may look innocent and it may also look like a plant, but remember, a weed is still a weed. This is Coach Lamont. Make today your best Youday. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I'll get it started.
I'll just jump right in.
I'll get it started. No, I really can relate to this. You know, sometimes you got to just weed out those other thoughts. I think about my journey to news. It was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to pursue journalism. And I had family members that were like, you know, you should be a lawyer. You're a great writer. You're a great speaker. And their intentions might have been well, but I was like, you know, I'm going to pursue what I want. And when I decided what I wanted to do, life was just so much more peaceful.
I like the one line where he says, sometimes a weed can look like a flower, you know, which is so true. And then some things that you think are what you need to be doing are not necessarily what you need.
Yeah, I really love this analogy. Thinking about, you know, I think this can apply in so many aspects of life. You want your life to be this beautiful garden, but you've got to pick out the bad things in there to make it better.
You know, I think also one thing that I always notice with all of his messages, not just today's, is the fact that I love the fact that he'll have kind of a double meaning. You know what I mean? Like he'll lead you down one path and then there's the aha moment. Coach Lamont is so good at that. And to me, that's kind of like life. I know there were times, we've talked about this before, I said where I thought I might be jumping ship and heading all the way across the country at one point in my life and going all the way to LA and just see what I can do. And then life leads you in another direction that ends up better than what you thought.
Absolutely.
So you got to pay attention.
Got to keep your options open, your mind open.
True.
Hey, I'm always a big believer that I make plans, God laughs, and he leads me in the right direction.
That's very true.
He's looking at you like, that's not what's going to happen.
That's not what I had in mind for you. Very good. All right, good Youday moment today.